Hello there guys, and welcome back to How to Feed the Beast in Minecraft. The topic of today's video has been requested by a few viewers, but it's also something that I've been meaning to cover for quite a while. So today we're going to look at the machine upgrades for Industrial Craft 2. Okay, so what are machine upgrades and what do we do with them? Well, if you've ever looked in the interface of an Industrial Craft 2 machine, you will notice that nearly all of them have 4 slots down the right hand side, and those are upgrade slots. And there are various different types of upgrade available. The 3 main types from Industrial Craft 2 are Overclockers, Transformers, and Energy Storage Upgrades. Very quickly going to go and show you how to make all 3 of them. Now they're all actually nice and easy to make, and all of the items to make them we've made before. We need some 10k coolant cells, 3 of them. Now they're easy to make, you just get a bottle of water or a water cell or even a bucket of water and surround it with 4 tin. So 3 10k coolant cells across the top with an electronic circuit in the middle and a copper cable either side will give you an overclocker upgrade. So overclocker upgrades are really cheap and easy to make. The second type of upgrade requires a MV transformer. The MV transformer in the middle, an electronic circuit below, a 2 times insulated gold cable either side, and fill the remaining 5 slots with glass blocks, and that will give you a transformer upgrade. The third and final upgrade that we're going to cover in this video requires an RE battery in the centre with an electronic circuit below, copper cable either side, and the remaining 5 slots are taken up with wooden planks, and that will give us an energy storage upgrade. So how do we use them and what do they do? Well, let's pop outside to the little setup I created earlier and I can show you guys. So the most commonly used upgrade is the overclocker upgrade, and that essentially affects speed. For every overclocker upgrade you put in a machine, it reduces its operating time by about 30%. But at the same time, as a negative effect, it also increases the amount of energy it uses by about 60%. So let's drop in 1 piece of iron ore into this unupgraded macerator. So as you can see, it's starting to take its time. It's about halfway. We're already about 5 seconds in. And it's not quite finished yet. Still going. And almost, there we go. So that whole process took about 10 to 15 seconds. Now let's put a couple of overclockers in. You can actually put up to 8 usually, and they do stack. So let's put 4 overclockers in this time around. And now we're going to put in a piece of iron ore. It's halfway. It's done. So it only took 2 or 3 seconds as opposed to 10 plus seconds that it took previously. We could, if we wanted, put in another 4. Now upgrades only stack in 4s, so if you want to put in more or 4 of anything, you're going to have to put them in a second slot. Now let's try a piece of iron ore. Let's put it in the right slot. Bang, 1 second and it's done. So upgrades are absolutely brilliant for industrial craft machines. The other great thing with these upgrades is you can actually take them out, so it's quite easy to make a selection, use them in the machine you're using, take them out and use them in another machine. So what's the deal with the other 2 types of upgrade? Well, as you should know by now, all industrial craft machines have a maximum power usage depending on their tier. The majority of tier 1 machines are low voltage, like the macerator, which means they can only take 32 EU per tick. Then you've got the second tier items, which can only take 128 EU per tick, which is medium voltage. And then you've got the tier 3 machines, which require high voltage, which is 512 EU per tick. There are a couple of machines that go above that and will accept extreme voltage and above, but the majority of the industrial craft machines is one of those 3 tiers. So with this being a tier 1 machine, it will only accept low voltage, hence the reason there is a low voltage transformer here connected to it. If I were to try and connect a high voltage transformer to, or a medium voltage transformer to the macerator, it would explode. But what I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to sever this connection from the medium voltage transformer first, there we go, pick those cables back up, is I am going to take one of these transformer upgrades and pop that in the macerator, And now I'm going to take my cables and go from this medium voltage transformer into the side of the macerator. As you can see, no explosions. Let's put some overclockers back in there, and if I put in another piece of iron ore, it's working absolutely fine. So, the question you might ask yourself is, why would you use a transformer upgrade in the machine when you could just use a transformer and connect that directly to it? Well, what you need to remember is, some machines don't use as much energy as they can. So for example, just because a machine can accept 32 EU per tick, doesn't mean that it uses 32 EU per tick. However, the problem comes if you start putting massive amounts of overclockers in a single machine, because as I've already explained, using overclockers increases the amount of power that the machine uses. It's possible to put so many overclockers inside a machine that the machine requires more power than it can actually physically accept. So if you were to put enough overclockers in a machine so that it required 36 EU per tick, but it's only a low voltage machine, you'd never be able to power it. You couldn't put in more than 32 EU per tick because it would explode. So you put in a transformer upgrade, which would convert it to medium voltage, and then you could put up to 128 EU per tick in there and have enough to power it. So every transformer upgrade goes up one tier. Assuming you're starting with a low voltage machine, one transformer upgrade will take it up to medium voltage, a second upgrade will take it up to high voltage, and a third upgrade will take it up to extreme voltage. Obviously, if the machine you're starting with is already a higher tier, for example if it's a medium voltage machine, then you're going to need one less transformer upgrade to go up each step. The third and final upgrade we have is quite a straightforward one. It's an energy storage upgrade, and simply the way this works is most industrial craft machines have their own internal energy storage, so it's almost like a little battery, and each time you put in an energy storage upgrade you increase its internal storage by 10,000 EU. So it's a good way. Again, if you have a machine that is using more power than you can get to it because it's severely upgraded, then you use the energy storage upgrades. So those are the three basic upgrades for industrial craft. Now, another question somebody asked me recently is regarding Gregtech machines, because Gregtech machines don't have any upgrade slots. However, if you've got a Gregtech machine in your inventory and you mouse over it with not enough items, you can see at the bottom line it says possible upgrades OTBM. Now there are 5 possible letters you might see on one of these machines. O is for overclocker, which we've already covered. T is for transformer. B means battery, which is the energy storage upgrade. M is the Minecraft joules, which essentially means you can upgrade the Gregtech machine to run from Buildcraft energy. And you may also see S for Steam, which can be converted to run on Steam energy. The latter two aren't really going to be that useful to you, as industrial craft power is far better for running Gregtech machines anyway. But how do you upgrade a machine that doesn't have any upgrade slots? Well, it's actually quite simple. All you need to do is have the upgrade in your hand and right click on the machine, and each time you right click, that upgrade will be applied. So I could do that with transformer upgrades 2, and I could also do it with energy storage upgrades. Now if we actually right click and look on the interface, nothing has really changed. Now, one downside of doing this with Gregtech machines is, unlike these ones, unlike the standard industrial craft machines where you can actually recover and reuse the upgrades, you can't do that with the Gregtech machines. If I was to, well, we'll leave that one there. If I was to pick this Gregtech machine up using the wrench and get it back, you can now see I have 2. But you can see the difference. This is the plain one that I hadn't put down, which tells me what the possible upgrades are. And if we look at this one, it says it has 4 overclocker upgrades, 2 transformer upgrades, and 2 battery upgrades. So as long as you break a Gregtech machine with the wrench, it will actually retain all of the upgrades that it had. and go back into the interface, and as you can see, nothing has changed. So that's essentially the way that upgrades work. So the easy way to remember: overclockers increase the speed at which the machine works, but they also increase the power consumption. The transformer upgrades are used to convert a low voltage machine to medium voltage, or medium to high voltage, or high voltage to extreme voltage, and that is used if a machine requires more power than you can pump into it, which would only ever be caused by stacking it full of overclockers. And the energy storage upgrade increases the internal battery of the machine to allow it to store more power, and again, that's useful if you have pumped it full of overclockers. So there you go, those are the main types of upgrades, and they pretty much work with every industrial craft machine. So there we are. It's always a good idea to try and produce these upgrades early on. They're very cheap and easy to make and require relatively simple and easy to acquire ingredients, and they're a great way to boost the output production of some of your early machines without needing to upgrade them to the higher versions. As always, I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If you have, please remember to like, share and subscribe, because it's you guys that help the channel to grow. And remember, you can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are below this video in the comments, and I will always put on there updates when new videos are uploaded. So until next time, I've been UnstableVoltage, this has been How to Feed the Beast in Minecraft, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.